tools that you're going to need is a 3/8 ratchet, a 10, 12, 14, and a 22mm socket. And you'll probably need a 1/2 inch breaker bar to break loose the crank pulley. So you can remove the top hose on your radiator. You'll also need to remove your fans and part of your coolant. Not all of it, but part of it. Let's go ahead and get started. So it took some persuasion, but finally came off. Actually had to force it. It just did not want to come off. Easy to get off. That's where I was having a problem with that one. No. Super weird. Yep, don't want to take it off too far. I don't know how tight these are. I haven't broke these loose. Not too good. See how that looks. Now we need to take the crank pulley off. Now listen, this was kind of easy. I've already broke mine loose. But you want to get your breaker bar and a 22mm socket. And you'll want to pull your e-brake. Make sure you got it pulled really good and put your car in the final gear or park if you got an automatic. And you're going to turn this bolt right here on the crank. You're going to turn it to the left or toward the passenger side of the car. That is loose. Now, the way I do this, I'll take a screwdriver and I go to each side until it starts wobbling. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on it. And you just go back and forth until it comes off. It don't take much. These tools are really good to have. Milwaukee ratchet. Truth. Let's see how bad we are. Cover off. Go ahead and take off the center one. Alright, so there was 5. And 1, 2, 3. Alright, there's 5 on top, and there is 3 on the bottom on the center. Either way, I don't think it's supposed to be that loose. So we are going to replace it anyways, since we're this far in. We got a lot. Set the crank top dead center. I don't know if you can see this. Well, see if I can get this thing to hang. Alright. So, you can see there's a mark right there. Line up your mark here with there and make sure your timing marks line up here. Your dual marks are going to line up right here. This one's going to line up with this side over here on the timing cover. Same on this side once I get this off. So I asked my buddy about this. On the back of these new tensioners, they have an O-ring that holds the bolt in, holds the washer on. He said to leave it on there when we install it. Make sure you take off. Make sure the old one comes off with the bolt when you remove it. All right, there's that one. Alright. Now we gotta keep these from twisting in on both of them. If they twist out, it's alright, but we don't want them twisting that way. And the bottom one's twisting that way. We want them to twist this one's clockwise, this one's counter. So they don't push the valves out against each other. I have to replace that. Alright, that should be pretty good. Let's go ahead and take that one off. There it is. And there goes that one. I think it kind of twisted backwards, but it's pull this off. Damn it. Got the new idler pulley. So the manual does say to tighten all these idler pulleys down to 29 foot-pounds or 28.9 foot-pounds. Don't do it. You tighten all of them down to 28.9 foot-pounds, except for the small, narrow idler pulley. Tighten it down to 13 to 18 foot-pounds. That's it. Don't go over 18. You will pull out the threads, as you can see. Don't make my mistake. But if you do, you can purchase these online. They are called a idler or a timing belt tensioner bracket. They're about 40 bucks plus shipping. If you do mess this bracket up, if you strip out this by accident, you can order a new one. So there's two bolts up here. There are two 12s. There's one 12 behind this tensioner, and then there's a 10 millimeter right there. Then that plate will slide right off. So when you go back together and you start setting up your timing marks, make sure that you have both of these white marks. You want to line up. You want to line up this white mark just basically make sure all your timing marks line up. You can use the belt timing marks as well. That'll help you line them up. But once you get them lined up, you can start sliding your belt on. And I started with this side, made sure it was tight, and just run my belt. Leave this bottom pulley, leave the belt off of this bottom pulley. That'll allow you to get all your belts lined up, and then all you have to do is slide your belt onto this pulley, and it's not that hard. And once you do that, verify all your timing marks still line up, and then pull your pin. Then you want to crank it over says to throw some oil on the threads. Throw it back in. Take a impact gun, set it on the highest setting, and go to town. Tighten it back up. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Do 49, then 130. I'd say that would be enough. I've got to wait until I drop my car back down before I can do that, because I don't have a lock for the crank. There's 12 mils. Out. All right. I swear, it's so hot outside. Not used to all this heat. I'd rather it be cold outside and have to put on extra clothing. Rather than that should be good. Alright then. Driver's side fan goes on first because of this lip. Go ahead and plug that up. There's that. All right. There it goes. I don't like the blue hose, but whatever. So, could just use an 8. You know what? Let's just use a socket. Yep. Then that's easy. There's that one. Then if you want to double check, you can go with your, it's tight. a lot easier with the socket. But you can over tighten them too, so you want to be careful. Fuel pump, I guess. This should keep it from starting. This is the engine ground.